In life, we choose many things, some consciously, some unconsciously. Here are a few key areas where our choices shape our experiences. First, our mindset. How we choose to perceive challenges, setbacks, and opportunities ultimately shapes how we experience life. Our mindset acts as the lens through which we see the world, coloring our experiences and shaping our reality. It determines whether we see obstacles as roadblocks or as lessons, failures as defeats or as stepping stones to growth. Next, we consider our reactions and emotions. Though they arise naturally, we decide how to respond to them. Do we react impulsively, letting emotions dictate our actions? Or do we cultivate awareness, allowing us to navigate challenges with clarity and resilience? And finally, our beliefs and perspectives influence how we see ourselves, others, and the world around us. They influence how we see ourselves, and whether we view ourselves as capable, worthy, and resilient, or limited by doubt and fear. They affect how we perceive others, shaping our ability to empathize, connect, and understand different viewpoints. And they frame our experience of the world, determining whether we see it as a place of abundance and possibility, or one of limitation and struggle. By becoming aware of these aspects of our lives, we gain the power to shift them, unlocking our potential and deepening our connection to life. From this awareness, growth and change become a conscious choice. We decide whether to evolve, remain stagnant, or step courageously into the unknown. Likewise, our relationships are a reflection of the choices we make. They reflect who we choose to connect with, how we communicate, and the boundaries we establish. Similarly, our daily habits take shape through the routines we follow, the self-care practices we prioritize, and how we spend our time determine our overall well-being and lifestyle. Finally, our career and sense of purpose are within our control. We choose the work we do, the passions we pursue, and how we contribute to the world. Every moment presents an opportunity to choose, shaping the life we create. And every choice, big or small, creates a ripple effect in our lives. That being said, most of what we call choice is simply a conditioned response, a path carved not by our conscious intention, but by the echoes of our past, by the patterns of our nervous system, and by the scripts we inherited from society and our families. We often believe we are making choices, but in truth, many of our actions stem from automatic, deeply ingrained responses that keep us within the limits of what is familiar and safe. The nervous system, in its brilliance, is wired for survival. It learns early on what is acceptable, what is dangerous, and what ensures belonging. When we are young, we absorb messages about who we are allowed to be, what is valued, and what is punished. Our bodies store this information in the form of sensation, tension, and reflexive action. Over time, these automatic responses shape the way we engage with the world. Whether we move forward or freeze, whether we shrink or take up space, whether we follow a preordained path or carve one of our own. Realizing that you hold the power to shape the life you want ignites an exciting world of possibilities. Instead of carrying the weight of blame or guilt, embracing your ability to choose becomes a profound act of empowerment, an invitation to craft a life that reflects your deepest desires and potential. Our bodies and brains are in constant communication through the nervous system. Through this process, signals travel back and forth, regulating our experiences. This ends up shaping our emotions, often without us even realizing it. That being said, sensations like a racing heart, a clenched jaw, or a deep exhale carry meaning. In fact, when a certain sensation is triggered, the brain examines and interprets it based on past experiences, beliefs, and subconscious programming. This interpretation then creates an emotional state. For example, a tight chest and shallow breath might register in the brain as fear or anxiety, triggering a stress response. Tension in the jaw and shoulders may be linked to frustration, resistance, or unspoken anger by the brain. Relaxed muscles and deep breathing may be recognized by the brain as peace, trust, or contentment. These emotional states can feel automatic, but they are learned patterns. The good news, they can also be reprogrammed. By becoming aware of bodily sensations and consciously shifting how we respond to them, we can change the emotional states they create. This is crucial because the emotional state from which you make choices directly impacts the quality of your life. Every decision, whether big or small, is influenced by how you feel in the moment. If you're in a state of fear or scarcity, you might make choices based on avoidance or self-protection. If, however, you're in a state of confidence and trust, you're more likely to take aligned risks and step into opportunities. For instance, making choices from fear leads to hesitation, playing small or staying stuck in familiar but unfulfilling situations. And making choices from stress can result in rushed decisions, burnout, or reactive behavior. Whereas making choices from a place of calm and clarity allows for intentional, empowered action, and making choices from excitement and inspiration opens the door to expansion, creativity, and new possibilities. This is why regulating your nervous system, becoming aware of emotional triggers, and consciously shifting your state can be life-changing. When you make decisions from a grounded and empowered place, you shape a reality that truly reflects your deepest desires, rather than just reacting to past programming. So take a moment now to ask yourself, what emotional state do you most often find yourself making decisions from? To actively carve our own path in life requires more than just intellectual awareness. It demands a deep, embodied consciousness. If we do not examine the mechanisms driving our actions, we will continue to live as mere extensions of our conditioning, mistaking automatic reactions for intentional choices. True choice begins with awareness. It begins with slowing down and noticing, where do I contract when I think about stepping into something new? Where do I override my truth in order to conform because it feels safer? Where do I operate from fear rather than trust? These inquiries require presence, and presence is a practice. We cannot mentally force ourselves into new ways of being. We must feel our way into them. This is why connecting to your body is key. When we drop into the body and listen to its signals, we begin to access an intelligence that runs deeper than thought. To walk the path that is truly meant for us, we must be willing to disrupt the narratives that were inherited by us. and listen instead to the guidance that arises from within. This is not always comfortable. The nervous system resists change, preferring to stay within the bounds of the familiar. When we begin to choose differently, we may experience fear, resistance, and even grief for the versions of ourselves we once upheld. But with every conscious decision to move beyond our conditioning, we reclaim a piece of our true self. Yoga philosophy, in particular, understood this deeply. The very essence of yoga is about returning to the self, peeling back the layers of conditioning, and rediscovering the truth that lies within us. It teaches that our true nature is calm, balanced, and free, but that this freedom often requires us to move through discomfort, to confront the ego and its attachments, and to create space for something more authentic to emerge. This is the journey of self-liberation. It's about accepting that change can feel unsettling, but knowing that on the other side of that discomfort lies greater alignment with who we truly are. When we allow ourselves to move through the discomfort and choose a path of conscious evolution, we begin to reconnect with our inherent power, peace, and bliss. Yoga practices such as the asanas, the physical postures, pranayama, the breath work, and dhyana, the meditation, are foundational tools that help us regulate our nervous system and navigate the discomfort of transformation through the physical movement of asana. We improve the connection between the mind and body and deepen our understanding of our physical and emotional needs. Pranayama, the practice of breath control, helps calm the mind and regulate our nervous system, allowing us to stay grounded in the present moment. Dhyana meditation teaches us to observe our thoughts and emotions without identifying with them, helping us move through discomfort with mindfulness and clarity as we witness our inner experience with love and compassion. This creates space for more intentional, balanced responses. Reflect on which of these practices you feel most drawn to when navigating discomfort. Through these practices, we create the space to choose from a place of presence, not fear. We begin to act from the wisdom of our bodies and hearts, not from past conditioning. In this space of conscious choice, we reclaim our power and our true selves. From this space of embodied awareness, we can finally ask, what do I truly desire? And what am I choosing right now, at this time? Remember, life is happening in every moment. And in every moment there is a choice. When we meet each moment with presence, we step into the life that is truly ours. So, take a moment to reflect. What are you choosing?